You only lose by 6 points. I know there's no moral victories here, but is there something inspiring in that aspect?
No, nothing about this is inspiring. Like we have a standard of what we do, how we do things, and anytime if we played the Boston Celtics, they shouldn't shoot 70% on us. All right, so we're not gonna feel sorry for ourselves. Listen, man, it's tough this time of year because we got some injuries, we got some guys out, we got some guys that's been out, we coming back, and to be honest with you, I don't know my team, right? Like we got some guys that miss so much practice time, and I don't know them. They're great guys, but as far as the synergy and the camaraderie, I don't know. So we're still struggling with rotations because I got to see who they actually are in the fire. So we're learning and evaluating that process as well. Regardless, there's no need for someone to come in here and shoot 70% at all. Not in our gym, not in their gym, not on the playground, not at Rucker Park, regardless, Madison Square Garden. I don't care where we're playing. We didn't guard and we didn't do the things that was necessary to get out of here with a win.
And Josh Smith and Deonte Johnson for you guys, man, this afternoon, they were very steady for the offense. What did you like to see from them?
Balance on both ends. DJ, he's been playing so careful. Again, he's a transfer, so I'm getting to know him. He's getting to know me. Super kid, fights for me. We're asking him to do something he's never done before because he's capable of it, and so he's playing carefully. I don't want you playing – you can't play the game carefully. You got to play the game exciting. You got to play the game with no remorse. You got to play the game scotch-free, not scared to make a mistake. And I thought in the second half he really did that. So I guess one of the positives was being able to see him flourish in that role because we haven't seen much of it. He's done it in bits and pieces in practice. Obviously, we was missing, Isaac tonight. I thought he could have came in and helped us, but again, this injury bug, man, I don't know. Like every day, I don't know who's gonna walk in the gym. It's something. Eyes, nose, throats, ankles, knees, like it's something. So, hopefully we can just get healthy, and regardless, until we get healthy, we still got to go out there and do the necessary things and play NCCU basketball.
So you get that rotation. How do you even begin to develop something like that other than to keep running guys out there like you've got? Start with High Point next week. Practice is one thing, like you said, but until you get them in the heat of a game like that, what can you do to try and develop the guys and get a better look at them other than to put them out there and see who's doing what?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. You just got to put them out there and see who do what. This is a game where you get judged and assessed and evaluated when these lights are on. And, practice is one thing, but, you have to be able to go out and apply what we're asking you to do. And, make no mistake about it, I haven't helped this, right? I schedule tough. I don't care. Anybody that's projected to win their league or be in the top two of their league, we're going to play. So that was one of the teams in High Point is next week, right? And so, I don't do us any favors in scheduling. And part of that is because I want to see who you are, right? I really want to see who you are. Obviously, we understand that we're playing for these 3 days in March, so we got ample time to piece this thing together. We got to have better leadership, across the board. And it's so hard, like in this transfer portal world, to put all the pieces together, right away. You're not even a basketball coach anymore. It's almost like you're a general manager, with 12, 13 free agents that you bring it in. You got to see how it bonds together, right? So I'm looking at teams like the New York Knicks. They're struggling a little bit because they don't have no chemistry, right? And we're the same way. We're definitely not the New York Knicks, but we're just struggling with chemistry right now and just putting these guys together. And it makes it a little more difficult whenever you're missing valuable time due to injury, right? And so that kind of procrastinates and delay the process. And, we got guys that can help us, but we got to get on one accord. And that's our job, and we will. Like, it'll take some time, and it's the process. And I always say, look, I've been here a long time. It don't click until Martin Luther King Day, right? Like, that's when it start to click for some reason. So, until then, we got to go through some of the ebbs and flows of trying to find some consistency and synergy amongst the basketball team.
Kind of drill down on that second half that came out. You were able to close the gap. Just talking about having those extra guys, having those reserves, having that healthy players. because you close it to 3, but you expend a lot of energy to get it to 3, and maintaining and overcoming it is sometimes, especially with the way they're playing today, is not happening.
Well, we is our own worst enemy. You know, one of the things, 60% of basketball this time of year is going to be how well you defend in transition. And their first 10, 12 points was layups, right? We had some mental breakdowns on the defensive end of the floor just in transition. And it's almost disheartening to look at. Like, it turns your stomach, you know, to be honest, and looking at it. But, you know, such is life, man. They're fighting. They're trying to get better. And we will. It's just going to take a time to put all these parts together.
Thank you.
And then when you look at you trying to find the right rotation, you know, last game, injuries as well as foul trouble was an issue. This week, sort of the same deal. As a coach and as a team, how do you kind of just persevere through that?
Well, you just, it's easier for me to tell a dog, whoa, than sick him, right? You know, I got a Akita at home, a 140-pound dog, right? So you know what he's there for. And he take pride in doing his job. So it's easier for me to tell him, whoa, than sick him, right? And so now we just got to channel that in the right direction. We're playing hard, but we're not playing smart. So when you're fouling people and you're doing things of that nature, you just got to clean up things, right? And stop having what we call self-inflicted wounds. We got too many self-inflicted wounds. There was an emotional segment of the game where I thought we made a run, and then we became immature, right? And I just talked to our team about the maturity level, right? Selden is from my old neighborhood in Boston, right? So I've known him since he was here. This is his 6th year in school. So he's playing like a grown man. Our older guys got to play like grown men. You can't be out here when something don't go your way and now you hit somebody in the stomach or just unnecessary, right? And so we win together, we lose together, and we'll look at this film and come back and clean it up tomorrow.